I often get asked when I travel around different places I go, how do I know what God's will is for my life or the big decisions I'm making? Well, I want to propose to you that God's will is not really a mystery or some kind of impossible puzzle to be decoded, but it's actually the personal transformation of your character through knowing God intimately. It'll free you to make active, confident decisions. Our modern culture treats decision making as some kind of existential crisis of self actualization, convincing us that any wrong turn we take will forfeit our authentic selves or our authentic path, or even our divine path. But in the Hebrew wisdom literature, the Chokhmah, or the word for wisdom, is not a magical sort of compass that helps us navigate our personal direction. It's actually a skill in the art of godly living within the order of God's cosmos. When we crave certainty to be okay, we often approach God's guidance like an ancient pagan diviner seeking signs and wonders, wanting a blueprint so we can maintain control. C.S. Lewis noted that the long way around is the shortest way home. God works through our inner sanctification rather than bypassing our reasoning. The gospel dynamics invert our anxiety because our ultimate identity and future is secured by the finished work of Christ. And non moral decision making, like career paths or housing choices, cannot actually ruin our lives. Those that know God think like God. In Psalm 103, verse 7, it says, God made his ways known to Moses and his acts to the children of Israel. Instead of divining God's binary answers, Moses engaged God because he knew the heart of God. Genesis 4, verse 1 says, Now Adam knew his wife and she conceived. This is the kind of knowing that is more than just loving somebody from the distance. Because you're fully known and securely loved, God's sovereign plan actually encompasses your choices without holding you hostage to some divine riddle. Knowing God is how we know how to take care of what's important to him. Jesus said in John 14, verse 15, If you love me, you'll keep my commands. This is directly translated as, If you love me, you will treasure. The word is treasure. What I told you is important to me. This isn't about commands, it's about loyalty, it's about love. If you don't know God, he will look a lot like you. But if you know God, you will render the very image of God everywhere you go. Wayne Grudem used to emphasize that Christians are responsible for obeying God's revealed moral law in Scripture while also exercising what I'm calling sanctified judgment, which is what we were just talking about. And in so doing, they're trusting God's sovereign hand governs all outcomes without requiring believers to decipher his unrevealed decree beforehand. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you today. If this is you, I want to challenge you to cease looking for mystical signs in the air, in the skies, and in different sort of numbers that are coming up in your on your phone or whatever, and saturate your mind with scripture to align your moral instincts with God's character so that you basically can emulate the ways of God in your life. I want to challenge you to seek counsel from mature local church communities or leaders to evaluate your motivations, what's going on inside your intent, and your practical capabilities. And then ultimately, I want to challenge you to make a decision in faith, praying for the wisdom of God, that chokhmah of God, and rest in the knowledge that God's providence covers your journey.